Rise and shine, Football Nation. Hop out of bed. It's time to wake up and talk football, Fantasy Football Friday. What's up, Will?
What's up, comic fans? And it's time for Friday's Fantasy Football Friday. Let's go.
I don't know what's in that tea, but apparently I need it because this is crazy. Give me the tea. Give me the tea. Give me the tea. I need it. It's Friday. We made it through the week mostly. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What's the good word, Will?
Friday.
What's happening besides just waking everybody up in the world?
It's Friday, and we are ready for some fantasy football
Are we? Are we
news.
ready?
I think we are ready. I think so. We're as ready as we're going to be. So, what you get right now is what I got.
It is what it is, and we are ready-ish in zombie mode every Friday morning. Should probably turn
Zombie,
into
zombie,
something with zombies.
zombie.
Are you singing already? Are you singing? Okay.
All day, every day.
We're singing on a Friday morning. All right, hopping into the injuries. The first
Let's
big
go.
one that you have to know, you already know, because it's been a little while. Is Malik Neighbors done for the season? Gone, gone, gone. Put him on IR. Trade for him in Dynasty if you can. Get him on the cheap if that's even possible. I doubt it, but that's the big news there. What else you got there, Will?
Uh, some good news coming out of injuries this week. Jaden Daniels has been cleared to practice, so it looks like we get the return of Jaden Daniels this week. So that's a
Okay.
good sign.
All right.
Yeah,
The Commanders
Trey.
need that big time.
Yeah, that'll be helpful. Trey Benson was put on IR, so Arizona Cardinals
Oh,
have
that's right. I saw that. That kills my
low.
pick. I totally forgot about it though. But I remember seeing that because I'm in Dynasty, and that makes me so mad.
Yeah, so it's only the 4 week IR, so he
Yeah.
he is scheduled to return, but he had a little minor knee injury, and it looks like he had a arthroscopic scope. Bucky Irving is in a walking boot, so Bucky Irvin over there with Tampa Bay, possibly out this week. It's actually not looking good. So Bucky Irvin hasn't practiced this week, so he might be out. Uh,
So sneaky pick
Lamar,
for later. I'll mention. Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Lamar Jackson, he's got a hamstring. He's got a hammy, and the word on him is he might not actually be back to week 8. So he might be
Week
out this week.
8.
He might
Yeah.
be out this
They didn't.
week.
They didn't
Yeah, go
rule
ahead.
him out. I saw they had him doubtful.
They have him doubtful. There's talk that he might be out to week 8. He'll be out this week, next week. He'll miss the bye week. Well, yeah, that's a bye week, and then he'll be back week 8. He should by then his hamstring should be all healed. That means Cooper Rush. You may know him from Cowboy fame. Would
America's team.
end up stepping in. Uh, Here's some middle news. JJ McCarthy not coming back this week, but he's increased his practice, if you will. He's increased his.
But that doesn't impact fantasy anyway because you're not starting that guy anyway. That guy stays on the bench whether he's healthy or not. But
That's true.
man, those
If you're waiting on him to come back to put him
yeah.
in the lineup, you're in trouble.
But man,
and
Lamar Jackson's out, and that the Ravens are crumbling hardcore. They're in bad shape.
yeah, the Ravens are in horrible shape.
One and
And
three.
yeah, 1-3. That's bad. And then if you have Cooper Rush coming in for you, ooh, what a rush! Not really. Um, and then last on my list of things I wanted to go through is Tyrone Tracy's out, which doesn't really mean much because also
Yeah,
you
because
shouldn't be
Scadaboo's the
starting.
guy.
But Cam Scadaboo then becomes
Boom.
he becomes the workhorse back over there in New York with
Yeah,
Tyrone.
he was that anyway. So, but yeah. Then I also saw Cedric Tillman on the Browns
Yes, he's
is
on the
not
IR.
playing, so he's out too. So that's gonna
Yes,
hurt the Browns.
That's right,
And the
Cedric
new
Tillman.
quarterback, the new starting quarterback this week.
Yeah,
So Flacco's not injured. He got benched. Dylan Gabriel making his first start with one less target.
and
So
that
we'll get a little bit into that in a little while.
yeah, that also means that with Tillman out, that undrafted free agent rookie Isaiah Bond will see more time over there in Cleveland. Maybe that's a story for another day.
Is it even really a story for another? Do we want to talk about him? Do we want to? Outside of Cleveland, does anybody even know who that is?
Cleveland rocks. Nobody does, but I
What
guess I
what is it?
just
Isaiah Bond from Crickets.
Cleveland.
Nobody knows where he's from. He's probably from like South Valley, state, some college that doesn't even exist in like some third world country in the
Right.
United States somewhere.
You're like, where did Isaiah Bond play? It doesn't matter where Isaiah Bond played.
Yeah, watch this guy turns into a stud, and we go back to this clip, and we're making fun of the guy, and
Making fun of him. Oh, you know what?
uh,
I just looked it up, and it looks like he went to a pretty big college. Oh, he played for two colleges, two pretty big.
South Valley State and what?
Whatever the school was from Friday Night Lights. No, he actually
Marshall.
he actually played for the Hook'em Horns, Texas Longhorns, and
Did he play or was he like just on the team?
yeah, right. And then Roll Tide. He played
Wow, really?
for Bama.
What
Yeah,
was he like the seventh wide receiver? What's going on here? Like, I haven't heard of this guy, and
yeah.
okay,
Well, yeah. Apparently, he played for Bama first, and then transferred to Texas, and was undrafted free agent. His contract actually fully guaranteed at 3 years and $3.018 million for an undrafted free agent. I'll take $3 million guaranteed. But
we're
it does
talking
look
about
like
we're talking about an undrafted free agent guy that's on the Browns right now. This is what Fantasy Football Friday has become. Well, it's time to wake up. Time to move on. We're going to go to the
future
studs
movie.
and duds of last week, and then we'll talk about our possible studs and duds for this week. Stud of last week, I got two main ones that stick out. It's Dak Prescott tearing it up against the Packers defense last week. 31 for 40, 319 yards, three touchdowns through the air. And I believe he had one on the ground as well. Yes, he did. He had a 2-yard touchdown run. So Dak Prescott looks pretty good. This is shocking to say. So he's my stud of last week. And then also Puka Nacua, who just does everything. That guy is insane. He played last night, had over 10 catches again, and dominated, even though the Rams lost to the Niners, who had like 25 people injured. So if we were doing an injury list, we'd have all our players just on the Niners, and they still win. So luckily, we that game already happened. We didn't have to run down all those Niner injuries. I did that on my other show yesterday, talking about the game. But man, oh man. So my main studs are Dak Prescott and Puka Nacua. These guys got to be in your lineup every week. Puka Nacua, what a blast of a number one pick. He is coming through big time. I think in the middle to late rounds might have been too late for Puka. He's got to be one of the first few picks in the league,
Yep.
especially going into next year as well.
Oh yeah. I mean, those are some great studs, and yeah, Puka I think he's been underrated the majority of his career. So
Yep. He doesn't have blazing speed. I don't know how he does it. He's always open and catches everything. I don't get it. I'm shocked. So,
uh,
you got any studs from
um,
last week?
I got studs. I got two quarterbacks actually. We got Patrick Mahomes, 4 touchdowns, 270 yards,
He's
um,
back.
big time against the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, guess who's back? Back again. Mahomes is back. Tell your friends.
But that Ravens
And then,
defense is pretty sad.
yeah, and that's like the first thing that you've always thought of over the years with the Ravens is like, man, the Ravens defense continually a great defense, and this year it's just bad. They are just bad.
Awful.
Um,
Awful.
awful, awful. My other stud, and this may be the only time we call him a stud during the season,
Oh.
Justin Fields. Justin Fields,
Oh man. He's good. He's a good fantasy quarterback. He
good
sucks
fantasy
for the
quarterback.
game, but he
Oh yeah,
just
you
gets
watch
those
him.
points.
You watch it, and you're like, man, this guy is horrible. But he was 20 for 27, which 74% completion percentage. But you see some of the passes that were incomplete, and you're like, how did he get there? he, he's I don't know. He looks as bad as Jamarcus Russell, but somehow he still completes the ball.
Oh, he's
I
a
don't
mobile Jamarcus Russell.
I don't get it. But yeah, he had 226 yards and only one touchdown passing, but he had 81 yards rushing and another touchdown. And that's what gets you. 43-yard touchdown run in the game. The guy is like you said, he's a good fantasy quarterback. But if you watch the game, you are like, what is going on?
Yeah, the Jets would be a team that lose like 35-13, and Fields will still get you like 24 points. You're like, how? Where did those points come from? Oh, he ran for 80 yards in the fourth quarter in garbage time. Yeah, that's Justin Fields.
Exactly. So he will bail you out at least once or twice a game with a play that you're like, oh wow. But at the same time, he will just fail miserably to complete a pass, like a simple pass.
Oh yeah,
It's
he's like a top of the line Anthony Richardson. So that's like the future for Anthony Richardson. If he gets good, he turns into a Justin Fields. That's where he's heading.
exactly.
All right, well,
Yeah, those were my studs. Those were my studs.
we'll go to the duds of last week. Justin Herbert against the Giants.
Ooh.
23 for 41, 203 yards, one touchdown, two interceptions. He is not playing like Justin Herbert. He had a rough game against the Broncos the week before, and then a bad game against the Giants. This guy's supposed to be a dark horse MVP, and he's not playing like it the last 2 weeks. So that's one of my first duds, and that's glaring against the G-Men, giving Jackson Dart his first win last week, who didn't look great, but he got 2 touchdowns, one through the air and one with his legs, but 111 yards passing for Dart. But anyway, taking over for the Giants. Okay, my other dud is Daniel Jones, fantasy wise. He's a dud because he had one touchdown and 2 interceptions. One interception at the beginning, one at the end, and he's playing really well. So he's the reverse Justin Fields. He plays really well, and he doesn't put up the fantasy stats though. So Fields will get you, bless you, more points
Thank you.
than Daniel Jones, but on the field in the game, they are light years apart. It's crazy. So at least this
Oh my
season.
gosh.
This season. Are you gonna make it? You gonna
Yeah,
make it? Do we need you to put you in a
I'm
bubble?
gonna make it.
Do we need a bubble?
Just put me in a
No,
bubble,
no
coach.
bubble.
Put me in a bubble.
And then we roll you out there outside like Tom Green when he went to a bubble because he's got seasonal allergies. All right, so those are my
Those
duds.
allergies.
DJ and Herbert. Who are your duds from last week?
Duds. I do like Daniel Jones to rebound this week. By the way, he's got, man. You look at his offense and you're like, he's got a thing. He's got a thing going on. And didn't he have a touchdown negated by like a fumble at the 1 yard line? What was it? What's his face?
A.D. Mitchell.
Not D. AD Mitchell.
Madonna
AD
Mitchell,
Mitchell.
yeah.
Yeah, he just went to put the ball out and he just fumbles it through the back of the end zone. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Daniel
Oh my
Jones
God.
has the top-rated QBR still, and he's missing a touchdown. He got the yardage, the catch and the yardage to the 1, and he
Yeah.
lost it at the goal line. That would have been Mitchell's
So-
first touchdown of his career, too.
Oof. All right. Duds for this week. We got Brian Thomas Jr. Had his best game of the season, and I think that still only got you 10 or 11 fantasy points, right? What did he have? 5 receptions and 49 yards. So PPR, that would have actually been 9.9 points or something like that. So um, that was his best game of the season, and
That's his
that's
best
considering
game.
best game of the season, and that's considering that he's playing against Travis Hunter, who's only playing with Travis Hunter, who's only a part-time offensive guy, also not having a great year, and Brenton Strange he's doing all right for a tight end like Brenton Strange, but if it wasn't for the running backs in Jacksonville, I don't know how that offense would put up any points or yards. So that is a dud there. Geno Smith just continuing to be horrible, just throwing picks left and right. I don't know what Geno's on, but he must have watched the tape from when he was a Jets player.
He should be
So
on the bench. That's what he should be on. That's
yeah,
where that guy should be.
yeah, it looked like he started to write back to some people who wrote him off. So um, that's it's pretty bad. And then that's really it. I mean, we have Kyle Pitts not putting up any great stats, but uh, I think he did all right. I don't even know why I had him on the list because he had 70 yards last week. It's just he's never really built up to that next big thing. So I think there. And T.J. Hawkinson has disappeared. Talking about other tight ends too. Where's T.J. Hawkinson? Come on, man.
It's like he's still injured, you know?
Yeah.
That guy likes to be injured. He doesn't show up. But all right, we'll hop to the studs and duds of this week. We'll start with the studs. I got a couple guys that may hit a little risky that I went with for my possible studs this week. I'm going J.K. Dobbins against the Eagles. He the first running back to rush for over 100 yards for the Broncos, and I think it was like 32 games or something crazy like that. So Dobbins is the guy, and Harvey's clearly the the kick returner / third down back. So they're feeding Dobbins the ball. They're going against Philly. I don't know what's going to happen there, but they got to try to develop that running game because I don't know if Bo Nix wants to throw the ball to those wide receivers, and especially against that Eagles secondary. So they're going to probably try to pound it with Dobbins. That's my guess because Philly is a beast.
Speaking of the Broncos, Mims is he's not really practicing this week. Marvin Mims.
Mims
Not that
might
he's
not play. Oh, we got to keep an eye on Mims.
Yeah, got to keep an
Does
eye
he have
on
the
him.
big ugly Q?
He's got the Q. He's got the
big
little
Q?
red mark.
We hate the Q. Don't want to have that ugly red Q.
The only
It's like
Q we
the
like, it comes
scarlet
up with
letter. You're like, no!
Yeah.
All right. Tony Pollard against the Cardinals is one of my other sneaky, possible studs for this week. So I like Dobbins and Pollard going big on the running back. I'm disappointed in the Cardinals, and I've seen Pollard. They like to give it to him because they don't want to throw the ball on that team. I don't know if you know who's quarterback, but you guys can figure that out. But that's why they got to keep feeding him the ball to possibly open things up for Ward. But that is a disaster. So those are my two little sneaky studs. What do you got?
Studs. Here we go. I think I've been mentioning this guy weekly. Sometimes I'm like, don't start him, and some weeks I'm like, start him against like the best defense in the NFL. I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. But who we're going with? Jared Goff. All right, and you know why we're picking Jared Goff? Because he's playing the Cincinnati Bengals, perhaps the second worst pass defense in the NFL. I think on average they let up 240 yards passing.
In the first quarter?
Yeah, just in the,
but the first alone.
Just in the first. So
so Brian Thomas Jr.'s best game is like a first quarter for Puka Nacua. So
right, yeah, that's crazy when you think about it, but it really is. Puka Nacua is a beast, by the way. And the cards just fell right for Puka. A little injury coming into the combine, so he ran a little slow. He just had a whole, he was injured towards the end of his college career. Just everything fell right for him.
Oh, so you're saying his
moving
combine
on,
numbers are a little bit down because of the injury?
Yeah, apparently he was a little hurt going into the combine, and he still went out there and performed, and he ran like a 4.6 40 or something, which is kind of slow. Well,
Something
really slow
like, something like that.
for a wide receiver. Like if you're a safety, a 4.6 is fine, but he uh, he was
Strong
not.
safety.
He didn't run. Yeah, strong safety, not even a free safety. But
Yeah.
yeah, he ran a slow 40, and he wasn't as quick as he shows now. And I mean, the other thing is you could be slow, but there's a different game speed. And I think that's what Puka has too. Like he puts on those pads and then he just performs at something a whole nother level.
He's
In street
quick.
clothes, he may just seem like a normal guy. Yeah,
I'd have to
he's
check
like
out his
Clark Kent
shuttle.
becomes Superman. his shuttle speed. My other stud, and he's just every week stud until somebody proves me wrong. But you got Josh Allen. That guy's just studly do right. Bringing that back again this week.
He's going to be MVP this year. He is.
You just cannot stop this man. Um, Other studs I have, if you want something outside of the quarterback, Devon Achan playing the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers linebackers may be the worst in the league, and so I think that's going to open up Achan, who's a dual threat.
The A
He might
chain.
break one past the second level. Show me the A train,
Watch out.
and then he's also a passing threat as well, a guy to catch some passes. I can go on and on and on with some studs. Garrett Wilson this week going against Dallas, right? So Garrett Wilson has a chance to be a stud.
All right, so
And
that's enough studs for now. We can hop
yeah,
into. They'll probably hit your pick six because we got to list like 4 wide receivers for the pick six. So
there
we'll
you
probably
go.
get there because otherwise this will be like the fantasy football stud show brought to you by
Just,
Will Cup of Comics.
just all studs. But let's talk a little bit about what do you got for duds this week?
Duds. I only have one dud. I only have one
Oh,
dud,
only
and
one.
it's I have a feeling it's not too much. It's not data oriented. It's a feeling, and it might be a little hope, but it's also what I'm
I
seeing
got the feeling.
because I got a feeling I can't describe. Wanna hold you to the morning light. Oh, sorry, don't distract me. That was actually pretty good. The singing. I don't know if you know. Well, good for the morning. Well, good for me. It's still bad. Okay, but
Let's go karaoke.
this is my dud because the Chiefs playing better, playing well. Mahomes is back. He can toss the ball around. It's a big matchup.
Mm-hmm.
And my dud is, wait for it, ETN.
Oh,
The
we just
second
like to
leading
shit on
rusher.
you.
I don't think he's going to have as many opportunities running the ball. I think the Chiefs are going to take the lead early. The Jaguars are going to be behind at home, and they're not going to have a chance to build the running game. If I was the Chiefs, and I know Andy Reid, he's smart. He's wicked smart. Take away the run, force Trevor Lawrence to
Winky.
pass. I think everybody's going to start doing this because Trevor Lawrence he's just not that good. Shut down ETN. I think he's going to have one of the lower weeks for him, and he's not going to put up the normal stats that he's been putting up this year. So that's my dud. I would stay away from ETN. But if he blows
Wow.
it up and he tears it up and he gets another game over 100 yards and a touchdown, then I don't know what's going on with this guy, and I don't understand. But
And then,
that's why I'm
yeah,
thinking he's the dud. It's against the Chiefs.
there you go. We keep waiting for the wheels to fall off ETN. We keep saying it. It's not happening, and yeah, I agree. If he goes off this week, then you have to believe the hype.
He's the surprise of the year for running back. If you
Yeah,
drafted him in your league, you're probably dominated because you got him way later.
exactly. Um, Here is my dud of the week, and unfortunately, guys, I am sorry. You probably wasted a top 3 pick on this man, and you are living in fantasy hell. You are in Dante's Inferno right now. You're like in the 4th circle.
The dumpster fire.
Yeah, we have Jamar Chase as my dud of the week. You got the
Oh,
Bungles traveling to Detroit. Detroit is just, I mean, they've shut down number one wide receivers pretty much all year, uh, to the tune of 5 targets and 8 points a game, pretty much. And that's why I got to pick Jamar Chase. Browning is not doing it. The running game is not doing it, and Jamar Chase is really just not doing it. Um, I mean, I guess he's averaging 14 points, but you didn't draft a guy number one to get you 14 points a week. Now, if anybody can prove me wrong, it's probably Jamar Chase. He could take any catch at any time to the house. But against Detroit, which is just a well prepared team, I can see them double and triple teaming Jamar, telling Browning, "Hey, beat us some other way," and the Bengals some other way. They may just double team Higgins and Chase, and they say, "Browning, you could throw the ball wherever else you want. We don't believe in you." And so,
hand it off. Give it a round on the ground.
so yeah, Jamar Chase is my dud of the week. Sorry, guys, but it is what it is. If you want another dud, maybe AJ Brown is that guy. We'll see how the Eagles
Oh yeah,
respond
he's not happy. He is
to
not
AJ.
happy. He
You know
wants
what?
the ball.
He could be a boom or a bust, honestly, AJ Brown. But that's depending on how you think how AJ Brown and the Eagles will respond to to
Yeah, you
uh
can't trust any of those Eagles wide receivers. The Eagles find ways to win all over, blocking
yeah,
punts and scoring touchdowns, and yeah, they
barely
spread it out.
pass yeah,
They just win games. So it's like
barely pass for 100
Barkley,
yards. Yeah.
yeah, Barkley and Hurts are the only guys who put in fantasy, and Hurts doesn't pass for, much, but he'll get those little touchdowns at the goal line. So that's the only thing about the Eagles. Don't trust their wide receivers. But all right, we'll hop to the flex position. I just have
Flex.
one flex position, but now I have a possible second due to injury news. My first flex is Quentin Johnston on the Chargers. Like this
Ooh.
guy, he was a bust the first couple years, and now he's starting to put it together. Yes, he'll go all Nelson Aguilar every once in a while, drop a pass with his stone hands, but he gets open and he gets a lot of the targets, and it's shocking that he's actually having an okay career after the first 2 years. So he's also like a huge boom. Like he'll just randomly get a couple touchdowns, and you're like, oh my God, watch out for this guy. So that's who they have to get. The Chargers have to get the ball to start making Herbert look good again, because Herbert is good and he will get the ball out there. So I like Johnston in the flex this week against the Commanders. Their defense hasn't been so great watching them, but they might have Jaden Daniels back, which you're saying. But also, he hasn't been performing as well either. He's towards the bottom. I think he's around 28 in the QBR. So
Mm.
he uh, he might not be fully healthy. He's not ready. Maybe he was injured beforehand, and that's why his QBR is so far down. But
Mhm.
yeah, I like Johnson against the Commanders, and then the backup. Well, the second guy for Irving, if he's going to be out, Rashad White stepping up. So that might be a sneaky flex, a good way to save some money possibly, and in the DraftKings, and toss White in the lineup for the
Nice.
flex.
I like your flex options. I will argue that you argue Quentin Johnson is the better flex option. My first flex pick is Keenan Allen. The old man is doing
Oh,
well. Old man Winter over here. Keenan Allen. And what's up, aggressively relaxing? Still in first place. Let's go. Um, yeah, Keenan Allen is dominating targets over there in San Diego. So I will take the guaranteed floor in my flex position over the possible bust with boom or bust with Quentin Johnson. But there has been no bust really for Quentin Johnson. I will admit that. Um, his hands have been pretty steady this year. You know, every once in a while, like you said, he may just drop a pass, but I'm going with the surefire ace in the hole, um,
ace in the hole.
ace in the hole, the number one safety net over there for the Chargers, the LA Chargers. I almost said San Diego, by the way.
Superchargers.
Keenan Allen. That is my first flex option. My other flex option, and I'm still waiting for this guy to go boom, but he's getting the targets, and that's what I like about this player is Chris Olave, especially against the New York Giants defense, whose pass defense last week. Okay, I get they get the sacks, but when they don't get the pass rush, they are pretty bad at covering the receivers, and they are also pretty bad at just stopping yardage in general. So um, I do like Chris Olave against the Giants to get some yards and possibly score a touchdown this week. I mean, the Giants have been working out some cornerbacks in practice this week. Some off the street guys. I'm not sure if they actually signed anybody, but I know they've been bringing in guys, and that's not a good sign when you're bringing in guys off the street to come in and
Nope.
practice for you. So I do like Chris Olave this week. And then um, looking over there I did also have looking at the Tampa Bay backfield, Rashad White. If you don't have any options and you're hard and struggling and he's sitting there, or if you just had him on your bench, throw him in there. He is a pass catching back, Rashad White, and he does have the experience running the ball before, you know, he just got relegated to being a passing down back. So he can step back in there and I think do it again and kind of be that guy that Tampa Bay needs. If Irving is out, he can step in there and be a 3 down back. They do have another running back, Sean Tucker, on the on the roster who's considered a pretty good running back. A guy who's capable of playing at least first and second down. And interesting fact about Sean Tucker is last year he had a fantasy. He did play one game. He started one game when both other running backs were out, and he put up like 30 fantasy points. So he this guy could be one of those dark horse sleepers. But go ahead and
Another
throw.
random fact about Tucker is that he actually went to the same college, St. Valley State, as Isaiah Bond.
All right. I see what you did there. But
Not many people know that. In fact, nobody really knows that
yeah,
because I just made it up.
just made it.
Anyways, there's that. It's just funny that our flex positions, the Chargers aren't playing so well offensively, and we picked two Chargers to throw into the flex spots.
Into the
So we
flex
got to
spot.
see which one's better this week. We got to see who performs, Keenan Allen or Johnson. So, all right, now we're gonna switch gears a little bit and go to the dynasty part of our segment, of our show
Yeah.
with the dynasty.
Before we move on, though, I
segment.
got one question for you. Who would you absolutely positively not start this week? I just want to who's a guy who you're like
Absolutely,
I drafted him to
positively
start?
not start.
Yeah,
Like
who's a
in
guy
the
you would
dynasty
not
football,
even throw into the flex? Now, I mean, let's say we're still in the
Brock
flex
Purdy,
options. Brock
JJ
Purdy.
McCarthy. Are you talking about flex spot? Who would I not start in the flex?
Yeah, like you drafted
Tracy.
the guy. Okay.
Does he have to be playing?
Does he? Let me put a guy in there. You know what? I'm going with Brian Thomas Jr. I'm done with that guy. Let's get on to dynasty.
He's not even. He's like it's a bench spot. That's what he goes into the bench spots. Like flex wise,
yeah.
like not start. I mean, Travis Hunter, he hasn't been doing anything. If he's on your team, I wouldn't want to play him yet.
Yeah.
Even if you have a bye week, I'd rather find somebody else. Lockett, he hasn't been doing anything.
Lockett. I forgot he still plays.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Exactly. Man, that's a tough one.
Those are man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, for me, it's straight up Brian Thomas Jr. Like drafted that guy to be a starter, and now I'm like, I can care less.
Yeah.
Can I just pop you in my IR spot? Like,
Huh.
so disappointing.
A.D.
So
Mitchell,
disappointing.
because of what he did last week. He almost had 100 yards receiving, but that fumble just makes me want to, like, rage out. Um, yeah.
Imagine if he had like 99 yards and a fumble. Oof.
Stop that nonsense.
Like, dude,
Yeah, otherwise there's nobody
A.D. Mitchell.
besides someone that's drafted high, like Travis Hunter. I wouldn't want to play him against the Chiefs. But anyway.
There you go.
All right, so switching
All
gears
right.
to the dynasty, possible trades, and things like that before we get to, I guess it's kind of molds in. I don't have many other guys to pick up, but guys to go and get that might be on other teams already. But anyway, dynasty
Mhm.
wise, dynasty wise, possibly trade for
Dynasty.
this guy, Anthony Richardson. There's talks that he may be getting traded. That's on the table. That's the only way that he's going to have any chance of dynasty fantasy football relevance. He can't pass the ball. He can get.
Relevance.
He's like Justin Fields, but a weaker version. So, with all the injuries, other crazy injuries happen. Maybe next year he can find a team to possibly play for. Maybe even get starting somewhere next year. That's why it's a future dynasty. Get him for nothing. Get him for a sack of marbles. Maybe he's even out there right now. If you have a big bench, just put Richardson on there just in case, because the ceiling's so high, but the floor is so low. So you might as well just throw him in the back end and just let him sit there. Don't think about it. And maybe he will be your, penicillin. I don't know.
There
Let's let him sit there.
you go.
You know.
Just let him
Yeah,
marinate.
just like, oh, I didn't even know I had him. You had him for 3 years. Yeah, I know. He's there.
What do you mean? Who is this
But
guy?
that's just because you can get him for almost nothing. So it can't hurt you if you have a spot and just throw him on the bottom of your roster. Just let him sit. That's all.
He's sitting like that guy on your bench. He's sitting like the guy at the party. Who you're
Yeah,
like,
who
who is
is
that
that? Oh,
guy?
that's Anthony
Who knows?
Richardson. Don't worry about him. He's
Who brought
he's
him?
working on his footwork
Yeah,
for
yeah.
3 years. No big deal.
He's
But
harmless.
give him another
Harmless.
3 years to wait. Well, another year and a half. If he doesn't do anything by the end of next year, he's done. Then you can cut him. But if you have a spot, depends on how big your dynasty team is. Keep him there. The other thing I like is you probably have to have scooped up Dylan Gabriel already. And I don't know about starting him this week, but he should be on your roster. You might be able to bring him up soon. I have him on my roster, on my little, what do they call that? The taxi squad. So, yeah, I'm
taxi
not
squad.
activating him this week because I have Dart in my lineup because I just activated him. So I'm throwing him in the lineup. I didn't start him week 1 because 111 yards and 2 touchdowns, so it was okay. But it's better than Flacco. Anyway, so Flacco is going to be off my team soon. But he is the bottom of the barrel. But one pick that you might be able to get for cheap, I know it's going to be sounding silly like my Richardson talk, is Shador Sanders. So if Gabriel craps out, then they got to go back to Flacco, and that's a disaster. They might actually have to give this kid a chance, Shador Sanders. So you won't be able to get. It won't be hard to get him, and it's possible that he might get some starts later this year. So that's sooner than Richardson. So you can take a stab at that if you want,
Wow.
and give away nothing to get him. So
Going down the line. Not bad. Not bad. All right. I got some stashes. One, we're talking about Sean Tucker. Go out there. Sean Tucker, go out and look at him. If he gets a chance this week and performs, he can get, some more burn. And even if he doesn't catch on with Tampa Bay, this guy has had some shots, and he's done well with those shots. So I can see him even next year maybe getting a shot with another team. That is dependent on whether he actually gets some burn and shows up and shows out.
Shots.
And here's the fact: Sean Tucker went to Syracuse, so, not Mountain Valley State. Other guys to look into: Malik Washington, the guy who's supposed to take over for Tyreek Hill as the speed guy with the Dolphins. He's young.
We
he's
forgot
fast.
that injury, Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill, yeah, he suffered a gruesome knee injury last week. Yeah, was not pretty. He went underneath surgery. I think 2 days ago on Wednesday. I think he had surgery. All reports are it went pretty well, but he had multiple torn ligaments and a dislocated knee. So those are some hard things, especially for a speed guy to come back from. His plan, though, as every player says, is to play next year.
Yeah,
So,
he might
uh,
lose a step, and he's built on speed, that little guy. So, and he's getting up there in
yeah,
age.
thoughts and prayers. But and he's also he's in his 30s. So
This might be the end.
thoughts and prayers for Tariq. You don't want to see it end that way, but you never know. You never know. But Malik Washington will be stepping in, so we'll have to see how he performs. But if he does well, he's a young guy too. He's 24. We'll see how that works. I've been saying this week after week, and somehow I still see this guy on and it's getting better, but I still see this guy on waivers and out there in free agency. Bretton
Yeah.
Strange, tight end. Pick that guy up. he's the future tight end of the team if you need a tight end.
I feel like you're thinking like the Cowboys. Like, we're gonna win a Super Bowl. We're gonna win a Super Bowl this year. We're gonna win a Super Bowl this year. And then like after like another 20 years, they win one. I told you about Strange. I told you. Like, he came through. Dude, it's week 14. I missed the playoffs. I'm already out. You know, that doesn't help.
I tried so hard, and he didn't.
I told you.
And then I do have one last little throw in. Mason Taylor, tight end for the Jets. All reports are this guy might be starting for the Jets this week, and he's been a guy who's been performing in practice. So we'll see what's up with that guy. But Mason Taylor, you heard it here first.
Wow.
Go ahead and try to grab
first from the Cup of Comics. Will over there. All right. Any other Dynasty stuff, or is that one closed? Closing the segment.
We can close it, but I will mention also Isaiah Bond.
And Will's got another 7 more, which he's going to have another show just for Dynasty stashes. And
Michael Carter,
stop it! Don't do this. Jeez Louise.
36 minutes later.
Boom, boom, boom. He's just laying them out there. Bang, bang, bang. All right. The final 13 minutes for the pick 6.
The final countdown.
You still going? Oh, because I remember when you went to that crazy sound effect, and it was just like, the echo one, and scared the crap out of me with that soundboard.
I didn't hook it up this morning. I was too late to the party.
You're tardy to the party. Interesting.
Tardy to the party.
All right, so we're going to hop to the pick 6. We will give you a quarterback, a running back, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and a defense. It's sort of like a pick 12. So we give you 6 high, 6 low-end players. We'll start with the quarterback. I will give you my high and low. So Will mentioned it before, and he's a good fantasy player. He is back. He is not injured, and he plays for the Jets. Justin Fields. That is my main guy. Put your money in him. He is. They're playing the Cowboys. They're one of the worst secondaries out there. Everybody in the grandma scores a zillion points, has a zillion yards against Dallas. So I like Fields as my number 1 guy. Also staying with that, if you want to save a little bit of money, I think Dak Prescott is a little bit cheaper. So Dak Prescott against the Jets. That guy's starting to look really good, shockingly. I'm not a Cowboys fan, but he's looking good. He's getting the stats, he's getting the yardage, and Dak is looking good. Yep. I don't like saying that, but that's what it is. That's my high and low guy, Fields and Prescott. Bam.
Man, remember that week I would pick like all Cowboys, and you were like, what is happening?
What are you doing? The Cowboys.
I do like your Justin Fields pick. Unfortunately, I like it. When I see the ball leave his hand, I'm like, oh no. All right, I will start with my low pick for this week. It would have been Justin Fields, but I'm a little bit shaky on that one. I'm going to go with Jackson Dart against the Saints. The Saints sometimes are the Aints. Jackson Dart looks he looks electric. If he's over that hamstring twinge he had, I can see him rushing for at least 50 yards. I think he does break 150-ish passing this week. He only had 112 passing yards last week, but I can see him getting a couple touchdowns, and that's the main thing, especially if you get a rushing touchdown or 2. I can see them using him in the running game, and so the running yards will be key to him being a DFS star this week. We're going high. I like Jared Goff against the possibly the second
Oh
worst
yeah.
pass defense in the
Oh yeah.
NFL. So if you're looking to go high, but maybe save a couple of points here and there, not the highest guy, but just up there in the the top third of quarterbacks, Jared Goff could be
Oh
your
yeah.
guy. Uh, well, we got 10 minutes. Let's move on to running backs.
Running backs. I'm a Colts
Boom,
fan.
boom,
I don't
boom,
know if you know
boom.
this. I'm a Colts fan. I'm a Colts fan. I like JT against the Raiders this week. The Raiders defense, not good to say the least. Jonathan Taylor's the best running back in the league. I think the Colts are just going to try to pound the run, open up the pass game. And Daniel Jones will probably have a good day, but it won't be a good fantasy day. And Jonathan Taylor gets a whole bunch of touchdowns. Might get another three-fer this week.
JT.
So JT is my number one guy, and then the lower guy is Scataboom on the Giants. All right, against the Saints. Just pound the rock with that guy. They don't have Tracy. He's injured. Boom, boom, boom. Against the Chiefs, they kept pounding with him. If the Giants had a kicking game, they could have been hanging in that game. Scataboom looks like a beast. He's fun to watch. So I got Scataboom against the Saints as well. Next up, your turn.
Nice.
Let's go.
My turn. My turn. Number one guy.
We're
going
just two. Don't rattle off like 9 of them. Okay, just one high guy. One. Okay.
Damn it. Hold on.
Rush Dobbins.
Yeah. I just rattled off 10 names in 1 second.
ETN.
What did you say?
Mahomes. We're doing running backs. I got excited. I got excited.
And Triska Deka, I hope I said that right, 13. Yeah, 80s movies references and music all day, every day. Let's go. Amarian Hampton is my number one big pick. Sort of fresh legs. He's you could see he's that guy who doesn't really go down on first contact, and I love that. So let's go with that as my high pick. The DFS sites are not sleeping on him. They've moved the numbers up on him. My low guy, and I'm surprised nobody's mentioned him this entire show, Woody Marks from the Houston Texans. Did that guy have a game? Oh my, guys, and I will tell you, if you check the videotape, I have been saying pick up Woody Marks off the waiver wire.
That's all he talks about. That's all he talks about.
I've been saying pick this guy up, and you know what? He showed up and he showed out. So Woody Marks, your lower tier guy. I'm just gonna take this because I can't name any more guys, so I'm just gonna go into wide receiver, okay? Since you won't let me name anything
wide
else.
receiver. Just keep going. Keep going.
We're gonna stack Jared Goff with Amon
You
Ra.
stole mine.
Yeah, there you go. That's why I took it.
Unbelievable.
We're going. And my low guy is Chris Olave. He's getting the targets. On a note, I'm throwing another guy, AJ Brown. He's way too low for his stud. You could throw him in.
I want to throw him away. I don't want that guy on my team. Screw AJ Brown. All right, you got any other guys?
That's why.
Rattle off 5 more. All right, so I'm on Ra because of Goff just throwing darts to him, and he's gonna tear up the Bengals. It's gonna be glorious. It's gonna be another 50. It's gonna be a 50 burger against the Bengals. Zach Taylor's gonna get fired. Fire that guy. I like on the lower end Marvin Harrison Jr. against the Titans. I forget. I can't read my writing because I'm half asleep. Yes,
what does this say? I usually have
the Titans. So yeah, go against that secondary of Tennessee. Marvin Harrison Jr. gets in the end zone, and they start tossing him the ball a little bit more.
Yeah.
That was 1 and 1. Did you only did 1 and 1? Did you do 2 and 2?
Oh yeah, I didn't do.
So this is
I didn't
perfect
give you
for you.
the.
See, I gave you the chance to go with a whole bunch of wide receivers, and you went less.
That's right. You know what? I totally messed up the segment. I only gave you one wide receiver. On my so my other low end is AJ Brown. So I had AJ Brown and Chris Olave. Those are my 2 low ends. What's your other high end wide receiver? Who do you got?
My other high end.
Or did you give us 2?
I think I must have messed up. No, I didn't. I wrote down the wrong team that they're playing. That's what I messed up. It's not against the Cards. It's Garrett Wilson against the Cowboys. I wrote against the Titans. Yeah, so
Good.
the Cowboys secondary is pretty bad, so I think Garrett Wilson's going to tear it up. Yeah, Justin Fields might actually look really good this week because the Cowboys defense sucks. It sucks.
Yes.
And it's just, you got that's the best wide receiver on the Jets, so that's why I like him against the Cowboys. So that's my big time name for wide receiver with Amon-Ra. I like Amon-Ra better. He's more of a a guarantee. But Wilson looks like a good one against the Cowboys. And then here's my sneaky pick, which is going to be a lot cheaper, but I think it's pretty good. The Colts have a banged up secondary. Xavier Howard retired. They put him on the reserve retired list, and even when he was out there, he was horrible. So the Colts have like no cornerbacks right now. I like Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby.
So coming through,
Yeah, he gets
Myers
it.
might be the guy. Puka Nacua destroyed the Colts. I don't think he has Puka Nacua type numbers, but I like Myers against the Colts. I hope I'm wrong.
There you go. You stole my other pick. It was Garrett Wilson, so we can move on to tight ends.
Moving on, tight ends.
Let's go. On my little end, and this really depends. He's got a little Q next to his name, but I think it's just from being out of the league for a year. My low end tight end is Darren the Baller Waller.
Wow.
He's
balling.
He had a big week. We're gonna believe the hype, and we're gonna throw in Darren Waller again this year on the cheap end. Yeah, I saw enough out of Darren Waller, and with Tyreek going down with that injury, I think Darren Waller has a chance to get some targets. We saw what was it, Jonnu Smith did last year with the Dolphins. So we'll see if Darren Waller can even get half of that, makes him a top 10 tight end, top 8 tight end.
Top 8.
On the high end, we have Tyler Warren. That guy's just the beast. He gets targets. He gets free. He plays like a wide receiver, but a wide receiver on with Hulk
He's like
strength.
the gadget guy at tight end.
Yeah, it's insane. But they just know how to use them. Who do you got?
I was going Warren against the Raiders. I think they're going to run the ball a lot and then just go to Warren over the middle. He's looking good, and he's going to find those holes in that Raiders defense. And it's going to be a lot of Warren and JT as the Colts rise to the top. So I'm with you on that one. A guy lower down my list would be Dallas Goedert against the Broncos, because Warren did well against the Broncos a few weeks ago over the middle, and the Colts did a good job against the Broncos defense over the middle with the linebacker situation. So I like Goddard there. So, yeah, and I don't trust the wide receivers for the Eagles. So I'm going Dallas as a sneaky low-end tight end pick. And, yeah, I just, until the Eagles wide receivers do things consistently in back-to-back games, I don't want to touch any of those guys. So give me the tight end over the middle. Up into the last part of the 2-minute warning. The defense.
Boom.
The defenses.
Defense.
Pick 6 defenses. Start it off, Will.
All right. On the high end, we're stacking, and you're going to pay for this defense if you want it, but you got Detroit versus quite possibly the worst offense in the league.
We're beating up on the Bengals today.
They are bad on both sides of the ball. They have up to this point. Now, maybe this is a trap game, and maybe Cincinnati breaks out this week. I don't think so, but anything's possible. But if you're looking, you got a few extra dollars. Nobody really goes this route and spends big time on a defense, but Detroit is right there. Right there. Right there. So, Detroit defense against Cincy. Do it. On the low end, I got the Miami defense against the Carolina Panthers.
Miami.
So, Miami. We're talking
against
Miami.
Bryce Young, I guess.
Miami? So, Bryce Young hasn't really he hasn't thrown like a million interceptions, but he also I don't think he's broken 200-yard passing this season. And the Panthers offense just doesn't look scary. Look at these.
Oh boy.
What is happening? I feel like you last week. I just can't stop. You passed it on to me, man. You send it in an envelope. Got that bad mojo. But yeah, If you're looking on the lower end, looking to save some money, you got that Miami defense. Who do you got? We're running out of seconds.
The one defense I have, you're gonna have to wake up early on Sunday morning to watch. I'm going with the Vikings defense against the Browns. New quarterback, inexperienced, Dylan Gabriel. I hope he does well, but rookie quarterbacks making their first start, and the Vikings defense, they can be a little scary at times. They can force the turnovers, and they're going to confuse Gabriel. So I like the Vikings out there. It's not in Dublin. It's what, London? London game, I believe. So out there, 9:30 in the morning. I will be covering the Vikings and Browns game. I will be watching. And I'd like to see Gabriel do well, but I don't know. I don't think so. I would bet against it. But I'll be rooting for that little fella. I just don't want to see Shedeur Sanders. So, and I don't even want to see Flacco either. So let's hope he stays healthy and plays the whole game. But I'm going Vikings defense. The lower end would be the Chargers at the Commanders. Doesn't matter which quarterback's playing because they're both not playing amazingly well. So, if you got Mariota, that might actually be better than Jaden Daniels because Jaden Daniels is not playing well to start the year. So I don't trust him. Not yet. He needs more time. I like the Chargers defense. Harbaugh knows what he's doing, and that defense is ready to play. So sick 'em on Daniels. That
there you go.
Is the end of the pick six. We're 1 minute after the hour. We did start a few minutes late, but you guys know what's coming. Get ready. Get ready because here it comes. Shut it down, Will!
Shut it down! Shut it down! Let's go, fantasy football fans! Fantasy football fans! That was Fantasy Football Friday!
Boom! Boom!
We're ready to go!
Boom!
Woo!
Friday morning is done. It is time for the fun. We got to go to work. We got to get our day started. Well, more started. But the weekend shall continue after this. Boom, boom, boom. Fantasy Football Friday. Every Friday. I might have to talk to Will about possibly switching up a day next week. We'll see. But otherwise, we might have a Fantasy Football Friday on Thursday. But I don't know. That is up in the air. I'll keep you posted on my page. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, join our channels. Let's go. We'll